Hello and welcome dear children. Today we shall continue with Standard 7th English, chapter number 1.6, a collage. In this topic, we will see the collage work. Before we begin, I want you to observe the picture that I have shown you. Just identify what it is. Yes, we can see it clearly that there is a flower pot which is made out of cuttings of different color paper, right? We can see that the base is made with brown color paper, then beautiful flowers are made, they are being cut but artistically and they are stuck on the top side of the pot. It looks like a flower pot, right? Okay, so such work is known as a collage. So we can see that a collage is a piece of art made by sticking various different materials such as photographs and pieces of paper or fabric onto a background. Now, I want you to observe the next image. Can you identify who is this great personality? Yes, he is no other than Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda was born on 12th Jan 1863 at Calcutta. He was a spiritual leader and a social reformer. His lectures, writings, letters, poems, ideas motivated not only the youth of India but also the whole world. He was really a great personality. Now children, if you see the textbook page, we will find a collage work that talks about Swami Vivekananda, his beliefs, his work and his contribution. In this lesson, they have also highlighted some of his famous quotes, each of which has a deep meaning in it. Let us go through one at a time. The first says that Swami Vivekananda, born Narendra Datta, was a great personality who made the world aware of the greatness of Indian philosophy. Now, what do you understand by the word Indian philosophy? Indian philosophy means it's a theory of guiding principles of behavior. So he was very much proud to be an Indian and the Indian tradition. So he wanted the whole world to know about the greatness of Indian culture, Indian philosophy. We can understand this by one of the example that is shared to us in this textbook, that is at the Parliament of World's Religions. He began his speech with sisters and brothers. Usually when people start speaking on the stage, they start with ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and that time no person had ever addressed anybody as sisters and brothers. But when it was Swami Vivekananda's turn, when he was there to give a speech on the stage, he started his first line with "My dear sisters and brothers of America." The people of America felt so happy when they heard this opening line of his speech that they gave him a standing ovation for 2 minutes. Now, what do you mean by standing ovation, children? See, you must have seen live shows going on nowadays on the television. They are more in trend. So when the judges like the performance of the contestants, and everybody stand, even the judges stand and they clap for them because their performance was amazing, isn't it? So that is standing ovation. So the people of America gave Swami Vivekananda standing ovation. Means the speech, the lines has touched every person of America who was present over there. Nextly, he said, he emphasized the importance of selflessness. Emphasize means to give more importance, special importance. Okay, so he emphasized on what? He emphasized on selflessness and service to mankind. See children, everybody live for their own selfish needs. Man is a selfish creature, isn't it? So everybody live for their own selfishness. If I get this, I will do this for you. If you give me pencil, I'll give pen to you. Everybody is selfish in this world, but what was Swami Vivekananda's teaching? To be selfless. Okay, not to live for yourself but live for the others. And that is why with this value only he could do lots and lots of things for the mankind. Okay, so he gave a good service to mankind. He is regarded as a patriotic saint. Now, who is a patriot and who is a saint? Patriotic means, he had a great devotion towards his country. Saint is a holy person. So, he had great love, great devotion to his own nation, that is India, isn't it? So, he was declared as a patriotic saint. Then next Swami Vivekananda says that arise, awake and stop not until the goal is reached. Does he literally mean that we have to arise or get up early in the morning and not to stop and go on running? No, it's not like that. Then what is it? It means that we should have a goal in front of our eyes. Everybody has a goal. Now what is a goal? An aim, an objective, right? Somebody wants to become a doctor, some of them wants to be a good leader, some of them want to be a good painter, some of you want to climb up to a Mount of Everest and break the world record. So we have n number of goals in our dreams, right? But when do these goals come true? Yes, we need to strive hard, work hard for it, right? So, this is what Swami Vivekananda has told just in one line: arise, awake, and stop not until the goal is reached. So, we have to work so hard, children, though we get so many difficulties in our day to day life, so many problems, but we should not stop because of these problems that come as a hurdle in our life, right? We should go on, work hard, strive hard to reach towards the goal. Next, he says, talk to yourself at least once in a day. Otherwise, you may miss a meeting with an excellent person in the world. What do you think Swami Vivekananda is telling us over here? Yes, he is asking us to speak to ourselves. When do we meet our own self, children? Yes, when we do meditation, we can meet ourselves. Meditation means you have to be focused. We have a body and a soul, right? So we need to talk with our soul. How do we talk with our soul? By doing meditation. So we need to close eyes, focus, and think about ourselves. What I, what are the good qualities in me? What are the bad qualities in me? What good I have done to the people? What bad I have done with the people? Talk to yourself. Okay, and when you really talk to yourself with your soul, you meet your soul, and you will find that yes, you are an excellent person. So you can know yourself better only with meditation. So he's asking us to do meditation. Why, children? We do not reflect ourselves, we do not think about ourselves. Okay, and meditation is a very good exercise for mind. It develops our concentration, it develops our knowledge. Okay, so to enrich, to nourish your brains, you need to do meditation. Like you nourish your body by eating food, you nourish your mind by meditation. Okay, you make your brain stronger. Okay, next he says, take up one idea, make that one idea your life. What do we do? We think of so many things at a time. Oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do my maths work, I have to do my science work. Oh, I have to go for my coaching classes, then I have to go for football practice. Oh my god, so many things at a time, and finally what? We are not focused on a single thing. At the end of the day, you come to know, oh, I have not done anything. See, this is what happens. So, what is he telling us? Focus one thing at a time. Okay, you have 10 things to do, one at a time you need to pick up in hand. Finish first work, one work at a time, then go for the next. Yes, you will achieve definitely a successful life. Okay, next he says, think of it, dream of it, live on that idea. Let the brain, muscles, nerves, every part of your body be full of that idea and just live every other idea alone. This is the way to success. Okay, so he has given a good suggestion to everybody that everyone has to think on one thing at a time, but give justice to that one particular thing. Suppose if you are playing hockey, then play hockey with your mind, body and soul. Give your everything, give your 100%. If you are solving maths, then don't think of your football, don't think of your hockey. You have to focus completely on your mathematics, right? So this is what he says. So when you give your 100%, definitely you will achieve great success. Next, he says, fill the brain with high thoughts, highest ideas, place them day and night before you, and out of that will come great work. So, here he suggests us that we should have all the positive thoughts in mind. See, our mind has two things, positive and negative. Whom shall we listen to? Yes, there is a devil and an angel in us. A devil will always tell us everything bad. Oh, this is bad. Don't do this. Don't do that. Be bad with your friends. See how they are behaving with you. And all that bad ideas will come from devil only. All the negative thoughts, and all the positive thoughts will come from a real angel. Okay, so those who have good thoughts, they are angels. Okay, so keep your mind always ready with positive thoughts, not to think about the negative things. Always positive things will lead to positive, you will get definitely a positive feedback or positive outcome out of it. Okay, so always have positive thoughts in your mind. Whatever you think, that you will be. If you think yourself weak, weak you will be. If you think yourself strong you will be. That all depends on yourself, no children? If you think, oh, I cannot do anything, oh, I cannot run, oh, I cannot jump, oh, I cannot draw, oh, I cannot study, oh no, this is not going to help us. We have to keep motivating ourselves. You have seen ants, you have seen spiders, we can see so many creatures around us that teach us that we cannot give up so easily, isn't it? We need to work hard for everything. We cannot give things easily. So when you think you are weak, you will become weak. If you think you are strong, yes, you will achieve success. If not 100%, 60%, 70%, and it will keep on rising. I hope children, everybody has understood a collage today. I would like you all, I would suggest you that you also prepare a collage. You can take any great leader or any great, idol in front of you. It can be a leader, it can be a cricketer, it can be a politician, anybody that you like. It can be your own parents, anybody, and make a collage of that particular person. Okay, their thinkings, their sayings, their teachings, along with a picture on a paper. Thank you children.